Okay, so I use the tool. What tool, Dave? This tool. Okay, it's the homemade driving tool. And obviously I banged these things in, and I made sure that the shoulder fully seated up against a crankcase. And it set it just the kind of depth I was trying to get, so I feel real happy about that. The prep work before I did it was I used some brake clean around the outer edge, knock off any of the grease, oils, whatever. Used a little 500 grit. I decided to go with a little bit finer grit than the memory cloth I had. Cleaned that up, really got that nice and smooth, just by rubbing around my finger. Just basically wouldn't take any deep scratches out, if there were any, which there really weren't. Wiped it down, wetted this with the stuff, wiped it again, make sure all the debris was out and it was all nice and clean. Then I mounted the got one of these plug. This is a Nissan OE plug. It looks like it's zinc coated or something like that. Mounted this thing up like so. Sprayed around this with brake clean. The idea was, I don't know if there might have been any kind of a remnants of any kind of lubricating oils or whatever might be on this, or any other kind of grease from my fingers touching it. So I wiped it with the brake clean, wiped it off with a dry cloth, then I didn't touch that again. Took the Permatex aviation seal, put a fairly liberal amount of stuff around. I'm not crazy, just a good coat of that around the outside edge of that, and then took the tool and banged it in, and it worked perfect. Very nice, very quick. Did all 5 of those in like a couple minutes. So really happy about that. This one would have been a pain to do, frankly, without the tool, because if you take a look, you got you got to work around this thing here, right? You got this big shoulder stuck out here, and this is what I was talking about. My other tool, it just wouldn't work. This would have been in the way. And you got, you're trying to hit it with a hammer. So if you're holding a socket, you're trying to bang it in with a socket, swinging a hammer. I can see how that one would have been really tough to get that one in nice and square. But with this tool, I mean, it was just a no-brainer. Straighten it out. Sorry about all the banging noise. Went in right here, got it. I was able to get a few clean shots underneath that pipe with a hammer, no problem. Drove it right in. Not any harder than any of the rest of them. So anyway, I'm really happy with the way that worked out. It's too hot to move the car around, flip the engine, so I'll do the other ones later, maybe when it gets a little cooler. I'll try to actually get a video of me using the tool. But I feel pretty happy about the way that worked out. So anyway, this for CO, you know who I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. When I whacked this thing, it took quite a bit of impact. And I'm not sure that if you made this thing out of anything softer than aluminum, that maybe this actual neck part, that cylinder, might even compress a little bit as you're banging it in there. So it won't be like a 100% solid, exactly where you are. You might need to make a softer, like a Delrinite material, a little bit longer to press that, so if this thing rebounds out just from banging. So my recommendation is go with aluminum. Don't try to do that with a plastic material. I just wouldn't trust the plastic, unless it was so hard that you were absolutely 100% sure it wasn't going to bang that out. Because what you don't want to have happen clearly is, get halfway into this and it's not fully seated, and then you're trying to scramble to get a tool that will bang it in the rest of the way, and end up screwing up and having to pull it out. Because I'm pretty sure those are trash once you put them in. You don't take them back out again. The reason I say that is I noticed that on the OEs, when I pulled them out, this had definitely collapsed. This outer diameter had crunched in because they wouldn't even fit on my tool right, So, one use. Anyway, that's it. Like I said, I'll try to get some video when it's not so gosh darn hot of me doing an actual install of them. But I'm pretty sure those are not going to leak with that Permatex aviation gasket. But, only time will tell. But if they do, hey, I got the tool to do it all over again, right? Because we do it right, because we do it 3 times. Thanks for watching. Bye.